Cause these things unto judge and pleases.
And every day them a worship vanities.
And your greatest lust is jewelries.
Mind ya lick you with diseases.
Hey.
Mind ya lick you with diseases.
Wow.
Hey, the most dangerous diseases. I said the most dangerous diseases. I'm talking like the elephantitis.
The other one is the polomyelitis.
Not too long ago, Jamaica, like the rest of the Americas, faced a real pandemic in polio. A lie. Fast forward to 2020, we are now experiencing a pandemic never seen in the 21st century. However, the question still remains: is the threat of measles and polio a reality for Jamaica and the Caribbean? April 2020, the countries of the region were celebrating a historic and successful vaccination anniversary. This year marked the 18th anniversary of Vaccination Week in the Americas, which was celebrated in the month of April. This week, celebrated in the Americas, reminded of a joint mission to ensure that all persons, especially young children, receive their vaccinations at the right time within their life course. Jamaica and its Caribbean neighbors have for years been global leaders in the goal to eradicate diseases through vaccination. At the 2012 World Health Assembly, Caribbean leaders led a resolution to strengthen immunizations and act through coordinated efforts to promote the value of vaccination. This led to the birth of the World Immunization Week, and so we are now happy to celebrate the 18th staging of this incredible act. The Pan-American Health Organization is constantly proud to collaborate with the Ministries of Health during Vaccination Week and to tell the story of the benefits of vaccines and immunization. When all persons receive the vaccines they need, the Pan-American Health Organization established the expanded program on immunization in all countries in the Americas, including the Caribbean, some 40 years ago. The success of this program in the Caribbean is evidenced by the fact that the last cases of locally transmitted vaccine-preventable diseases were newborn tetanus in 2001, rubella or German measles in 2000, congenital rubella syndrome in 1999, and measles in 1991, and of course polio in 1982. Polio is now 99% eradicated from the world, and deaths from measles have decreased by over 80%. This shows the power of vaccination. Today's mothers and grandmothers may not have and may never see diseases like these. Fortunately, many families will never know how devastating they can be, especially for little boys and girls. These diseases can lead to long-term disability or even death. There are no cures for most of these diseases, and treatment is only through supportive care and management of complications. Is Jamaica and the Caribbean at risk for these diseases re-emerging on our shores? The simple answer is yes. The region has not had polio for over 35 years and measles for over 26 years, but this has contributed to some level of complacency regarding vaccination against these diseases. The region of the Americas has eliminated these vaccine-preventable diseases, but unlike smallpox, they have not been eradicated from the world. International travel and tourism still puts the Caribbean at a great risk for these diseases and creates a real risk of them once again gaining a foothold in the country. The Caribbean is a premier tourist destination, receiving over 25 million international visitors through stopover and cruise ship. The industry is the number one contributor to the GDP of the Caribbean, with a share of almost 5% according to the World Travel and Tourism Council's report entitled Travel and Tourism Economic Impact. This trend is only expected to increase. The Caribbean receives visitors and immigrants from all over the world, many coming from countries where measles and rubella are everyday occurrences. Although only 3 countries of the world are now considered to have locally transmitted polio, the Caribbean is still at risk for this disease, as countries' involvement in global sports, religious and trade events increases the risk of possible transmission from one person to another. Today, travelers can move from one continent to the other in under 24 hours and be carrying viruses unknown to them. The transmission of disease from one country to the next is therefore a real possibility, as we see in the pandemic we now face today. With ever increasing voices against vaccinations and the resulting decline in coverage for vaccines in countries throughout the world, outbreaks of measles, rubella, whooping cough, and other vaccine-preventable diseases are on the rise. In the past year, the number of measles cases occurring in Europe was 4 times that of previous years. Measles continues to thrive in all other continents of the world, and countries of the Americas, including the Caribbean, have not been spared from its importation. For the first 3 months of 2018, 11 countries in the Americas reported measles cases. In 10 of these countries, cases were imported or related to imported cases. This compares to only 4 countries reporting cases in all of 2017. The ongoing outbreak of measles, including deaths in children in one of the countries of the Americas, is a stark reminder of the importance of ensuring adequate protection of the population to prevent such outbreaks, even with the advent of imported cases. The Pan-American Health Organization, through its Technical Advisory Group on Vaccination, urges countries to achieve and maintain at least 95% coverage for all the vaccines in every community or district, and not just at the national level. Only then can adequate protection of the entire population be assured. In addition, countries must strengthen their systems for early detection and management of imported cases, and establish rapid response teams to investigate and control outbreaks. Since the Caribbean has been certified free of polio, measles, and rubella, just 1 confirmed case of any of these diseases would be considered an outbreak. Vaccination is the only defense against vaccine-preventable diseases. Vaccinations have and continue to save the lives of over 1.5 million children across the globe each year. So, as we go through this COVID pandemic, let us remember these diseases of yesteryear, lest we forget.
subscribe to me.